Legion, hi. This is going to be my review on the movie Sinners, so prepare for that. Alright, so let's start off with the fact that this soundtrack was chef's kiss. I'm sorry, but whoever made the soundtrack of this was absolutely genius. Can't really explain the masterpiece of all the songs in there, but whoever did it, you deserve an award for that. The casting did great. Everyone played their role, and nothing seemed like it was going out of place and all that. And apparently, we're going to get more answers and all that. But that I'm going to wait till later to get into that. So we start off with what's going on to be a Sunday morning, and the preacher's son comes in, looks all torn to hell, scratches, messed up guitar, which is not even really a guitar anymore because he's really just holding the handle for it. And then we get a flashback to the day before. Now, no one told me that Michael B. Jordan was going to be playing a pair of twins in this movie, which this time zone is set in the 1932. So historically speaking, there's still racial hatred going on between Caucasians and African Americans. Also, the most the least, how can I say this? A group known for a white hood is still around, active. I hope you guys can get the hints I'm dropping to which group is still around. Honestly, I don't know if I can say because I don't know how YouTube guidelines are, so I'm just not going to say. But I hope you guys can pick up the hints on that. From what I gather, they don't really go into the twins' background. What we know is that one is called Smoke and one is called Stack. Both of them are World War One veterans, and it seems like they turned to gangsters, criminals in a way. Honestly, it kind of gave me the vibes of Clyde and Clyde and Ray from Life, except the more dark and gritty criminal version. Because they were moving liquor around, so obviously I believe bootlegging was involved with their activities. They bought a building from an owner and all that. Turns out that they came from Chicago just to open up a club of sorts for colored folk, which we find now that Stack, I believe, yes, Stack had a relationship with the white woman, and turns out that she's actually half black and half white. And when her father died, her mother took care of Stack and Smoke since they were kids and all that. She's angry at Stack because Stack had a relationship with her but then left for Chicago. And turns out she was back in town because her mom just died and she buried her. So she resents X because, she loved him. And once he said he loved her too and all that. But the fact is that he told her that, did some grown folks business, and then left for Chicago without saying a word. Smoke, on the other hand, went to go visit his, I want to say, former wife or wife. I don't know how the relationship was, but obviously, I believe they were married because they had a daughter, a child together. Honestly, I don't know if it was a son or a daughter, but sadly, the child had passed away by the time and all that. And Smoke's wife seems like she's in, well, not even seems, she's into witchcraft. Because around Smoke's neck, he had this little mojo bag they had, and it kept him safe throughout the whole time he was away. And obviously, there's some unresolved feelings between them because they come off as uneasy at first and all that. Because obviously, they're still hurting from a loss of a child, and he's wondering how come that mojo didn't save their child from what happened to them. While on the other side, Stack is with the younger cousin and all that, which the story falls around the younger cousin. I don't know why I didn't say his name before. I can't remember him, but he wants to be a musician, and he's playing guitar at the restaurant. Well, not restaurant, the club they're organizing. So they gather the crew, gather the entertainers, the cooks, all that to get this club going. And honestly, the club is going very well. I mean, I believe Haley Steinfeld's character, his name is Mary, correct me if I'm wrong. Her character is invited into the club because she's basically family since she's known Smoke and Stack since they were children. And while the younger cousin of Smoke and Stack is playing, there is a scene where it happens where they said music connects us to the past, present, and future. And this is where an iconic scene happens, where you see people of the past, people of the present, and people of the future come in doing all types of dancing and all that. It was really a very good moment. Like, honestly, kind of iconic. I never seen anything like that. Like a mixture of all timelines and all that. But while this is going on, we have an Irish immigrant. I believe he was an immigrant. A man who's Irish, who's a vampire, obviously, because he's getting burnt by the sun. He takes refuge with the son of a Klansman. The son of a Klansman and his wife. We only know he's that. I think I can get away with that. We know he's the son of one because we see the white hood in there and all that. And it turns out that this dude was being hunted by Native Americans. And it turns out they seem to know what he was and all that because once the sun started going down, they hightailed it out of there. So it looks we might have some hunters in this world too. But too soon for Sam and Dean. So the vampire turns the wife and the husband, and they go to the club because they hear the younger cousin's voice and him like playing the song and all that, and they get interested. The one thing I do love about these vampires is that they went off the old folklore of vampires. Vampires are weakened to silver bullets, garlic, a stake to their heart can kill them. Also, they can't come into an establishment without being invited. Now, they went under the rules that they were musicians and they were actually playing the songs and all that. But Smoke denied them entry and all that. In which later on, Mary goes out there and they smooth talk her and all that. And then that's when she gets turned. And then slowly but surely, they get picked off one by one because Mary, being invited in, comes in, turns Stack. Stack escapes outside. Which, along with this, the party guests are pushed away, told to go home and all that. While this is going on, the main vampire was able to turn every single one of the party guests, and they are literally outnumbered right now. But good news, they can't come in because, again, this is going off of old vampire lore. They can't come in without being invited. And I know I'm skipping a lot and all that for those who've seen the movie, but for those, some of these, you just gotta see it for yourself. And as things go on, they had to realize that they only have to survive until daylight because, again, this is like the old vampire lore. So once you go into the sunlight, you're barbecued. So as the night goes on, the main vampire comes into contact with the guy he's after, the musician, the one that plays at the club. Turns out that he sensed some type. From what I guess, the guy had an ability, because as I said before, when he was playing, he was connecting timelines from past, present, and future. The guy noticed that, and he wants to turn him into a vampire thrall, and so that he can play for him and all that, and connect to his family that is from past, present, and future. Again, connecting timelines. But the thing is, though, I didn't realize that was real because everyone was like, just like acting like, doing their own thing and all that. But it turns out that he had that ability to connect timelines, if I'm understanding right. And again, I'm not going to explain the whole entire film and all that. But I will say this right now to end this video. I know it's a short one, but like this is one of those movies where like you had to experience for yourself because I'm not going to spoil the whole thing. Go see it. The cast, phenomenal. Michael B. Jordan did his thing. Haley Steinfeld, as long as the rest of the cast. Sorry, I can't remember the names. But again, though, the soundtrack, the music, whoever put all this stuff together, you deserve an Emmy and whatever type of award goes to that type of department in that. So, overall, this movie, just like the meme, straight absolute cinema. But hey, that's just my opinion. Tell me what you guys think. Till next time.